Hi everyone and welcome to this introductory video for the bachelor course on how populism threatens rule of law, democracy and integration in Europe. This course is being offered by the first time at the faculty and is an initiative supported by the Jean Monnet Chair in European Union Law and Politics that promotes interdisciplinary teaching and learning in the University of Copenhagen. Why study populism? And this is the kind of question that you have to ask yourself when considering your future enrollment in this innovative and interdisciplinary course. Populism, first of all, is reshaping our world. Populism is everywhere in the political, legal, and public debates all over Europe. And there is a reason for that. It's because populism is considered to be dangerous to the core constitutional and political principles that have been uncontested for such a long time in European democracies. Here, for instance, I'm referring to core values and ideas like the one of constitutional liberal democracy, human rights, the process of legal, political, and economic integration, or even the idea of international multilateralism and cooperation. And because of this challenging nature of populism, there is an increasing concern for developing new responses and strategies to this threat of populism. What this course is trying to do is to attend to this current necessity and demand coming from political and legal institutions for improving and developing new legal and political instruments that might be useful for dealing with the populist challenge. For that purpose, this course will develop or work on the capacity of our students to reflect critically about the idea of populism by adopting an interdisciplinary approach. The course will combine different theories and concepts coming from the legal and political science discipline that we think will be improve the understanding of the idea of populism, its implications, and its consequences for the development and functioning of legal and political institutions. Moreover, we think that by incorporating knowledge from other disciplines and approaches in the legal reasoning, our students will be more capable for dealing with any kind of problems in connection with populism during their work in any type of professional environments. In connection to that, we think that it's very important for our students to develop or to improve their capacity to react to the challenges created by populist actors and movements. In this regard, this course will provide new legal arguments, instruments, strategies, and responses that our students will be able to deploy when facing the problem of populism in any type of a professional context. Here I'm thinking about students working, for example, on political, legal, or judicial institutions where suddenly have to face or interact with any kind of populist actors or problems. Or when, for instance, students have to advocate for human rights in populist context, for example. All this will be done, so the acquirement of this knowledge and development of skills and competences will be done by answering to different questions that we think are crucial for understanding the whole phenomenon of populism. The first question is, what is populism? And here is about defining the phenomenon of populism and identifying the different core elements that define this broader phenomenon that happens not only in Europe but all over the world. The second important question that we have to address during the course is the one of the causes of populism. And this question will be important to identify which are the leading factors in the rise of populism in nowadays. The third question that we will answer during the course is the question of the consequences of populism. And here we will put special attention to the implications of populism for democracy, rule of law, and for the development and functioning of European supranational systems and integration projects. Sometimes we will also refer, and just for comparative purposes, to how populism interacts with international legal regimes and institutions. All these three questions that I was mentioning before are leading to the most important question that we are trying to answer in this course. And it's the question of which are the responses, the potential responses that we can design to react or to challenge the position of populism. All these questions will be answered, as I said before, by adopting an interdisciplinary approach that we think will be very useful for covering all the idea of populism in its broader scope. And this interdisciplinary approach will be combined with different techniques and materials, exercises, and discussions. For example, we will integrate case studies and case law in its broader political analysis, political and legal context, just to understand why different legal actors make certain decisions under conditions or under the pressure of populism, for example. We will also make use of simulations where students will have the chance to discuss all together about and design all together different solutions and responses to the discourse of populist actors. So here we will try to create is a kind of simulation of a real environment where students will have to argue against populist actors and see which kind of outcomes are coming after these interactions. No? And most importantly, and this is something that is crucial in this course, is the integration of guest lectures. As we hope that these lectures will also make students more exposed to the current debates about the idea of populism. And for that purpose, what we have done is to put together what is an interesting series of guest lectures with the most prominent scholars, policymakers, and legal actors who are currently engaged in the topic of populism. So students participating in the course will have the privilege to interact with these leading scholars, policymakers, and lawyers, which are currently thinking about solutions, responses, and strategies that can be deployed for challenging the position of populist governments, actors, and movements. So that will be one of the most attractive parts of the course, I would say. So now I'm gonna say a few words about the exam. The exam is very simple. It's a short essay of your choice on the topic of populism. So you have total discretion about this. Students will have, so what we do here to help you in this choice, we will have some individual supervisory meetings or supervisions where you will discuss with me the kind of topic that is interesting in your case, and where we will discuss about the potential approaches, theories, literature, and methods that you can apply for writing your essay, for exploring the kind of phenomenon that you are interested in your essay. Moreover, if we have time, because we have a very ambitious program, I would like to develop a kind of workshop among all the students where everyone can get some feedback from their fellow colleagues. If that's possible, that would be something that I would like to promote. So you will be officially participating in this kind of students workshop where you will get feedback from and suggestions from your colleagues in class, and of course also from me. So I will also have an active part in the debates by mediating the discussions, but also by giving some additional suggestions to the students. What about the formal requirements? There is no formal requirements. So what this course is doing is to take all your knowledge that you have been gathering during your studies in law, as regards constitutional law, European Union law, human rights law, and also all the types of international law and institutions, and it supplements this understanding by incorporating some kind of interdisciplinary approach that will make you understand how this different legal system that you have been studying during your career interacts with the phenomenon of populism. I think that would be make very attractive for you the selection of this type of course. If there is something that I would require is very motivated people who would like to be engaged in current discussions and developments with many of the guest lecturers that we are going to have here. I think this is more or less everything. I hope that this video has been informative enough for you to make a selection, and I hope that all these different details and information that I was providing will encourage you to select this course that I think is a great opportunity for all of you to really be engaged in current legal and political debates about the implications of populism with top scholars, researchers, policymakers, and legal actors in the topic of populism. This is everything, so I hope to see you next time in our course. Bye.